What I'm learning with the help of my amazing therapist is that it's all childhood trauma. So I'm trying to heal that little girl that is still seeking approval from her mother, and she's been gone for 13 years.
Okay, guys, we got to put our trays up for takeoff.
Where's Dad?
Oh, he's in the back. We could only get 3 seats together.
Daddy has my pillow.
We'll get it later. Can you not put your feet up, please?
Why aren't we going?
We must be in line for takeoff.
Like security?
Well, that was a different line.
I have to go.
We just sat down.
But I have to go.
The seatbelt sign's on.
Why aren't we moving?
Hey, no kicking.
We're just 15th in line for takeoff.
Son of a...
Don't go there. Go on a real vacation. Go RVing. Learn more at GoRVing.com.
Welcome to the Secret Life Podcast. Tell me your secret. I'll tell you mine. Sometimes you have to go through the darkness to reach the light. That's what I did. After 12 years of recovery in sex and love addiction, I finally found my soulmate, myself. Please join me in my novel, Secret Life of a Hollywood Sex and Love Addict, a 4-time bestseller on Amazon. It's a brutal, honest, raw, gnarly ride, but hilarious at the same time. Check it out now on Amazon. Welcome to Secret Life Podcast. I'm Brianne Davis-Gant. Today, I'm pulling back the curtains of all kinds of human secrets. We'll hear about what you're hiding from yourself or others. You know those deep, dark secrets you probably want to take to your grave? Or those lighter, funnier secrets that are just plain embarrassing. Really, the how, what, when, where, and why of it all. Today, I have an amazing guest from the Joy of Mom Club, which I'm so honored to have you on. Today, my guest is Courtney. Now, I have a question for you. Dun, dun, dun. What is your secret?
My secret is that I am still trying to please my dead mother.
Dun, dun, dun. Wow,
Yeah.
That's a powerful secret.
And it kind of it's a trifecta, if you will, because there's 3 or 4 different things that just play into it.
Okay, can you tell me those things?
I can. So I am diagnosed OCD with anxiety and most recently PTSD from her death, from her illness.
Wow.
And what I'm learning with the help of my amazing therapist is that it's all childhood trauma.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to heal that little girl that is still seeking approval from her mother, and she's been gone for 13 years.
Oh my God. I didn't know 13 years. I thought like a year ago, honestly, when you said that. So this has been going on for 13 years. Well, it's been going on longer. So when do you think your approval seeking of your mom started? If you could go back to that inner child, that little girl.
And I am thankfully in therapy, very little. So I would say, I come from divorced parents. And she was very strong and independent and courageous. And she never accepted help from anybody. And so she was constantly go, working 2 and 3 jobs. I was with my grandparents so much of the time. So I always kind of needed that attention from my mother.
Because
but
it's
really
not that she was absent, but she was because she was trying to provide for you, correct?
Yes. And so there's guilt associated with that, right? Because how can I be spiteful when she was just trying to give me a better life?
But that's my mom too. I have to tell you, my mom is a hardballing worker, and she always had multiple jobs when I was younger, and I would go and try to talk to her and she would shoo me away. And that really, as a child, to be shooed away by your mom when you need that support is traumatizing. So I totally understand.
Scars.
Yeah.
Those layers of scars are being created, right? And so now I'm starting to peel back those layers. But I think it really started when I was about 12 and my sister was 14. And my sister gave my parents a run for their money.
Oh my God. Did we grow up in the same house? My older sister, I'm the 2 years younger than her. Totally. Okay, go on.
He was really like, there's some stuff, right? Like that could be a whole nother episode.
No, tell us the stuff. This is the podcast that likes the stuff.
Yeah. So my parents, my mother couldn't conceive. And so she adopted my sister.
Okay.
And my sister was only like 3 months old. And then here I come. Surprise, miracle baby.
Always happens,
so
it seems.
There was a little bit of that too. My mother constantly trying to make sure my sister felt like she was extremely important. Like she was the beautiful baby adopted, that she was the one that they chose. Right. And so my sister getting in trouble, smoking, drinking, having sex, getting pregnant when she was 15, halfway houses, alcoholism, all of that stuff that maybe in another household would have been normal teenage stuff. My mother's super hyper focused on because she looked at it like she failed. And so here I was in the background, getting decent grades, playing all the sports, being a good kid. And I'm doing air quotes because Courtney was okay. Well, guess what? Courtney wasn't okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until many years later, as an adult, my father actually apologized. He said, I'm sorry. And I said, for what? And he said, because we didn't pay attention to you.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have to.
Yeah.
But you did. You had to. You just did it.
But they didn't have the tools to even know that. Like you and I know that because we've done the work. So we see if you don't give the child a proper attention, whether they're good or bad, it's going to affect them in the future. But for your dad to acknowledge that, like, I just want to hug him.
And he didn't even live in our house.
But still, that's amazing. That shit doesn't happen.
It doesn't. It doesn't. And I don't know to this day, I'm also learning, and I feel guilty that I even am going to say this, but I'm learning that my mother was not the perfect being I thought she was. That unrealistic pedestal that I have her on, she was a wonderful, remarkable woman, but she was a flawed human just like the rest of us.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy when you finally come to that realization that your parents are humans as well?
It's a holy shit moment.
And I'm sure if you look back at her childhood, it was a hot mess. And further back, it was like all these people that didn't know how to be parents, parenting themselves and their child.
And so for me, my mother, back to her, she was working 2 and 3 jobs, and she kept a beautiful home. And, I come from a long line of very clean people, and, they are wonderful cooks and providers and nurturers. And so in my head, somewhere, as I took on the role of wife and mother, even when I wasn't a wife and mother, I took on the role of, well, whatever I do, it better be perfect. One, because she did it while she was working 2 and 3 jobs. So now not only do I have to be perfect, I have to be better than perfect, because I'm a stay-at-home mother. I'm a homemaker. And lo and behold, there's the OCD. And when I say OCD, it is medication doesn't work. I do the best I can with med management, but like I get down eye level in the sunlight and look at my counters to make sure there's not a speck of dust.
Oh my
daily.
God. I thought I'm OCD, but here's the thing. It's like the only thing you have control over.
Exactly.
Is that speck of dust. If it's there, I can control getting rid of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That and it's my job. I better do great because my mother did so great. So, dinner better be ready at 5 p.m. and it better be a 6-course meal every single night. And, to this day, I cook 6 nights a week and everything is from scratch. And there can't be a dirty dish by the time that dinner is ready. And I'm fucking exhausted, man.
I'm tired listening to you. I'm exhausted. I thought I was like, I don't cook anything from scratch, but whoa, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. Like you can't maintain that.
And so I'm exhausted. I'm physically falling apart. And the part of that trifecta, the other part I didn't discuss was the anxiety. And my anxiety comes out in full-blown anger. So I'm a walking, raging bitch. I married a dull giant. Okay. He is the kindest, most lovable, caring soul you've ever met in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing he doesn't do for me, and then some.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm literally like, fuck you looking at me like that for?
Yeah. Because you're a rager. You have all this rage inside.
My therapist said fight or flight. Nope, it's all fight with me.
Mm.
And it comes from that inner child. And I'm learning where it sits in my body.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get that anxiety and anger,
Mm-hmm.
I can feel it all in my shoulders and in my chest. And it's.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you're talking about this, because before my recovery too, just so you know, I would rage and it would get stuck in my chest. And I would say, I don't want to feel this angry, but I can't stop. Like I can feel like my logical brain is saying, let it go. It's not a big deal. Why are you freaking out? But my body is like on fire, like wanting to murder somebody.
I went to a psychic medium. I went to two.
Okay.
And one of them actually, like, I could see it. It was a gentleman, and I could see it in his eyes. And he looked at me and he said, you need to take like cardio kickboxing. And I'm like, yeah, well, if I'm running, somebody's chasing me. That girl's not exercising. Well, guess what? He said, are going to kill someone. If you throw hands, you are going to kill someone. And I am, like, anybody who knows me, anybody who listens to this podcast is going, I told you, they call me Boston, because I am going to rip your freaking head off.
I'm right there with you. Yeah. I say you wrong me. I cut you like in the front and the back. Like I'm coming at you.
And you say that, but you can wrong me. Don't wrong my people, because I'm going to kill you.
Right. Oh, so it's not even about you. It's other people.
It's all, there goes that caretaking. There goes that empathy.
There goes that codependency.
Yes.
Wow. You're drowning in it. So it's not even about you. It's about other people. Wow. Yep. So you even disregard yourself on top of it.
Every day. And it's so all coming from that one thing. And it's like, so you've got this OCD, you've got this anxiety, you've got this anger, you've got this bitch about you, right? Like, I'm the girl that when you get introduced, it's like, oh, she's blah, 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 but you're going to love her. They have to be forewarned before they meet me, because I want to say it.
Yeah.
I come across as angry and abrupt, and it's all because I need to control it.
Yeah. Because you feel so out of control and you're never taking care of yourself.
Right, right.
Do you think the perfectionism stems just from your mom, or from we said the inner child, like the rage of the inner child, but is there any of it that stems from ego for you, or no?
No, it's all about approval.
Okay.
So even say you can't, Courtney, I'm coming to Indiana and I'm going to come stay at your house. All I can think about is she's going to walk in and she's going to be like, this house is so perfect. It's so beautiful. It's so clean. Look at the cookies you made me. And I'm going to be like, it wasn't good enough.
Oh.
There's never, ever a time where I'm content.
Wow. Yeah. I could see why that is a very dangerous place to be.
It really is. And I will do everything for everybody else other than me.
And it all stems to your mom wanting her approval because she was not present for you as a child.
Yep.
Wow.
And again, so when she was diagnosed with leukemia. I was 7 months pregnant with my first. And both of my kids are miracles too. I said my mother couldn't conceive. Yeah. And so she was diagnosed when I was 7 months pregnant and was sick when Emma was 7 months old. We lost my mom. So it was very quick. I was the primary caretaker. I was the healthcare proxy. I was the power of attorney. And here I am, like, freshly married, first baby on the way. You know, that's when you need your mother the most. Yeah. And I was a week pregnant with Joey when she died and didn't know it. So I had 2 babies under 2, a fresh loss of my mother. Like, trying to find your place as a mother and a wife, all the while trying to be perfect and grieving at the same time. And so there was just never a time where it was, is Courtney okay? Which is very much like my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I got used to saying, Courtney's fine. She's fine. Don't worry about her.
Mm-hmm.
Let's worry about what we can control and everybody else's feelings.
Did you know that 1 in 8 couples struggle with fertility and the risk of miscarriage? That's more common than breast cancer or diabetes. The challenges of your fertility journey, we don't talk about them enough. We assume that when you're ready to have kids, it will be easy, but that just isn't the case for everyone. The journey can be expensive, mystifying, and full of disappointment and shame, but there is hope. You are not alone. On the new podcast, Baby or Bust, host Dr. Laura Shaheen, an OBGYN and reproductive endocrinologist, answers your questions, dispenses the myths, and transforms disappointment into hope. Every episode of Baby or Bust features interviews with experts and real-life fertility survivors to explore answers to questions like, should I put my hips up afterwards? Should I eat pineapple to help the embryo implantation? Boxers versus briefs. When do you know it's the right time to have a baby? Will plastic and toxins kill my egg? What really causes a miscarriage? Join Dr. Shaheen every week for practical approaches for your fertility journey. You are not alone, really. Find Baby or Bust on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's clear to you that de-icing the wings will not be done in a jiffy. You look for phone outlets but see none, only photos of phone outlets. A voice announces your gate is now 39C, 12B, 9A. It's like musical chairs, if musical chairs made you sob in the pet relief area. A child picking his nose stares. His parents have abandoned him. The airport will raise him now.
Don't let flight delays ruin your vacation. Go on a real vacation. GoRVing.com.
But what was happening underneath all of that? Because even one of those things is a recipe for depression, 6 months having hard, crying every day, all of those things. You newly married, that's pressure. A mother of 2, under 2, that's pressure. Losing your mom, that's pressure. And top of your OCD and anxiety, like what was happening underneath?
Nothing. I was just completely shut down.
Totally numb.
Because if I wasn't shut down, then I was going to feel it. And then, also my husband traveled more than he was home for business.
Oh, so you are like a single mom on top of it.
They're 15 months apart. I used to joke with him because I hate to say this out loud, but I'm a single mother with financial assistance half the time raising my children.
Yeah.
And that's what it felt like. Like when he was home, but he was gone a lot.
Yeah.
Right. And so again, what can you control? Okay, you can control the fact that your kids are going to be the best dressed on the block and your kitchen is going to, you're putting out fresh cookies and you're making food from scratch and you're pureeing baby food and you're bullshit, man. I just wanted to sleep. Right? Like, frig that pureed shit. Give me the friggin' Gerber.
Yeah, like who cares? Oh my God. You're driving yourself crazy.
Who's going to be the one to say, where's your sticker? You need a trophy. You're doing whose the hell's approval am I looking for?
Yeah.
Well, she's dead.
Yeah. So did you hit a bottom with this? Was there a moment like, I need help?
Nope. I still haven't done it.
You haven't?
Nope.
You're still in the cycle.
So right now, it's about month 6. I'm in some pretty great therapy.
Yeah.
And I'm learning how to feel it in my body. I'm learning that everything is not fight. So if I look at my calendar and it's busy, I can't control that.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't go in there and take care of it right away. And so it stresses me out, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have to stop and say, are you in danger? Are you in danger? You're not in danger. You're going to be okay, right? So, say if it's, I have something on the menu. It's a casserole. I've been known at 9 a.m. to make the casserole. So it's done. It's off my plate and it doesn't consume me. It's the stupidest thing you've ever heard of in your life.
No, my husband is going to be listening to this going, oh my God, you just want to mark it off your list. Like, just get it done. I just want to get it done and get it done.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So my husband, like, even his friends will joke, right? And they're, oh, Courtney packed your suitcase, because when he goes on a business trip, he's never packed a suitcase in his life.
Are you kidding?
He's never boiled water. He's never done a load of laundry. He's never cleaned a toilet. And it's all my fault because I don't let him. But I'm the girl that when you do the laundry, you fold it, you do the thing, it's perfect. Not only that, but then you rotate it too, because you don't want him to wear the same stuff.
But here's my question for you, because someone else that I know is thinking the same thing. If you allowed him to do the laundry and fold it, would you then correct it because he didn't do it how you wanted him to?
Yes. And that's why I won't let him do it, because I don't want to be that. And that's a great lesson when it comes to parenting too, right? I struggled so hard. And I would say that the biggest accomplishment that I ever made was not putting it on my kids. I never want them to feel the way that I feel.
Right.
So I gave them responsibility since they were little. Like, I expect you to make your bed. I expect you to do things here and there. And so what I did was, here's a tip for moms listening. Don't go look. They did it. They did it. You asked them to do it. Do not break their character and tell them they did it wrong.
Oh, I feel like you need to tell me that now. I know my husband is like, yes, because I am a controlling person. So now my son, but here's this, my son, if my husband doesn't put his pillows back right, my son will go in and be like, Dad, you didn't do it right. And he like puts it back how he wants. And I was like, oh my God, I think I created that. Like, but he was like that as a little baby.
He was, because I'm going to tell you, stop gutting yourself right now, girlfriend, because
no, I'm outing myself.
So hereditary though. It's not, some of it is ingrained, but it's DNA too.
Yes. Because it's my dad had OCD. His mom had OCD. And it's genetic. It's like a characteristic that you have. So yes, but I'm outing myself.
Good. But I've made it my life mission to do all I can to prevent it from being something my children have to deal with. Right.
You're right. You're totally right. I should not go look after he puts his laundry away. I'm 4 years old.
But I was able to do that. That's huge. Right.
That is huge. Yeah.
Am I still, I call myself a mean mom, because I am. I yell. I've always been a yeller. There goes Boston again. I'm abrupt. I'm to the point. I have expectations. Here's the other thing. I never ask anybody to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. And the problem is, there's nothing I won't try to do.
I know. That's what I said. The problem is your expectations on yourself are so astronomical that no one is ever going to measure up to what you would do for yourself. So you're setting people up for failure, whether you know it or not, because you're setting yourself up for failure.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. And I look up and I'm like, all right, Mom, I'm done asking for your approval. I'm done. I could tell myself that all day long, but guess what? I still need to know that I'm pleasing her, or I'm worthy of that attention. Instead of saying, oh, she doesn't need that attention. You know what, Courtney? I am so damn proud of you. You have worked. And as a young mother back when, I'm not anymore, mine are 13 and 14, but you just wanted to hear, I love watching you as a mother, right? And have those moments with her and say, look, Mom, you taught me this. I'm doing it. And I hope that somebody hears this and understands that there's a way for you to get past this. And it's going to suck. And you've got to really peel back those layers. But it all goes back to that little girl or that little boy inside of you, and figure out what they're looking for. Just picture it. Close your eyes, find that little kid and say, what does that little kid need right in that moment? And for me, it was approval and attention.
Yeah. But here's what I'm going to tell you now, and which because you're going through it. It's like your mother, even if she was alive, probably could never give you exactly what you need. So it's our responsibility as adults to give it to ourselves now.
Yep.
Right? It's our responsibility to say, Courtney, you've done enough today. You did good today. You know, you don't have to go above and beyond. You're perfect just as you are. I love you just as you are. We have to do that for ourselves.
In your book, you marrying yourself, girlfriend, is such a freaking gift.
Oh,
You found that and you're able to do. It is, as you know, the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
Is to put yourself first or love yourself first.
Yeah.
And my therapist frequently says to me, hey, why do you feel like you have to earn the right to go sit and read a book? Can you explain that to me?
Yeah.
Honey, you don't have to earn that. That's not a privilege. Go read your damn book.
Yeah. Go read the book. Go marry yourself. That's what I want you to do. You need to go marry yourself. You need to write vows to yourself and do it and get a dress and go out and do it somewhere, wherever you want. In your bathroom. I don't care, but you need to do that.
I have a great idea. We're going at the end of the month on a vacation that we normally would never take out of the country. It's going to be beautiful. I'm going to freaking marry myself on the beach.
Oh my God. Yes. Oh my God. You have to send me pictures and everything.
I can't even stand it. I'm like, absolutely. You just gave me an epiphany.
Oh my God. I love that. I'm going to cry.
It stood out so much for me when you said that. And when I read it and I felt the love that you found in yourself that day, like felt like I was in that room with you and you were like, I just put it on and I just did it. And I did the damn thing. And it was just.
And I wasn't perfect.
Right.
Remember, I literally say, and it wasn't perfect.
No.
And you're going to do it.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it without any further expectations.
Good.
Yep.
And in that moment, when you do that, I really want you to say, Mom, thank you. I'm going to take it from here.
Yeah.
You know, and just like step into it because you are never going to get it from the outside.
No. And my poor husband, man, does he try every single day?
He won't. My husband can't either.
I know.
It's an impossible hole that they can never fill, and your kids can't give it to you either. So it's like, you have to do it for you because I like in the book, it's like, and what I said is like, do you want to be doing this the rest of your life?
No, I'm tired, man.
Yeah.
I
was
am
too.
tired. I'm just, I mean, how long can you beat the crap out of yourself? Right. And mine's not, I'm not drinking. I'm not addicted to sex. I'm addicted to perfection.
Yeah. And it's just as brutal as drinking or snorting drugs or love and sex. Yeah. You just do it to yourself. It's like an inner death.
Yeah. And the other thing that like, I just want to shout from the rooftops to people is stop laughing about it and stop making jokes about it. And, oh, haha, OCD or, oh, haha, look at her. She's got to be, oh my goodness, Courtney's house has to be perfect. Or, you know what, guys, like, hey, it is what it is. And if you can't live it with me, laugh with me, not at me, fuck out of my house. I don't have time for it anymore.
Exactly. Oh, I'm so proud of you. It's huge. It is.
It's huge.
It's huge. And you got to be gentle with yourself. You got to be gentle with the growth because that's where the perfectionism can come in again. So you have to be okay for it to be messy, for your house to be messy, for things not to be right. And living in that, that's where the healing is.
I think I'm going to ask myself, would you ever speak this way to your best friend?
Exactly.
Because I sure as shit wouldn't.
Exactly. Ugh. We are running out of time. We could talk forever, but
really could.
I know, but I do have one more. You're going through it right now. If anyone out there's like drowning in their perfectionism, is trying to get this parent to love them and give them their self-worth, what would be the first step? Like the first step you would recommend to them so they wouldn't feel so alone?
Own your truth, because there are so many other people out there with this same issue. And just recently, I've learned there are many people like me, and I have found such a camaraderie in it. And oh my goodness, I'm not the only one. I guess I would say, talk to yourself the way you would talk to your best friend. Like I just said, don't beat yourself up anymore.
Yeah.
I am so honored to have been on
Oh, me
And
too.
I hope to go so much further with this for people and help them, because it is truly something that debilitates you.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for coming on. I'm so grateful to know you, and just, thank you.
I am so grateful to know you, and I am so proud of you for all that you're doing. And I'm going to fangirl, and I'm waiting for the next one.
Thanks. And if you want to be on the show, please email me at secretlifepodcast@icloud.com. Until next time. Thanks again for listening to the show. Please subscribe, rate, share, or send me a note at secretlifepodcast.com. And if you like to check out my book, head over to secretlifenovel.com or Amazon to pick up a copy for yourself or someone you love. Thanks again. See you soon.
Hi, I've got a prescription for diabetes test strips. How much is the copay?
That could take me a while to calculate. In the meantime, you should think about over-the-counter Contour Next test strips. You get 35 for $19.99, and they're highly accurate. For full details, visit contournext.com/radio.